What's up and welcome to India. My name's Luke Martin with chopsticktravel.com, and today is our first day here in Jaipur, India. So Jaipur is this extremely historical old city. This is the capital of Rajasthan province here in India, and it's our first time here. This place is packed with all kinds of interesting street foods. So we are going to be here for the next couple days exploring this incredible city. Today we are going on a full day of eating within the old walled city of Jaipur. We have lots of things planned and lots of delicious foods to eat. So let's go get some breakfast right now. In my opinion, the only way to start your day here in India is with a cup of chai. So we have come to probably one of the most famous places in all of Jaipur to drink chai, and that is called Sahu Restaurant. It's this cool little restaurant that's set sort of underground on the side of the sidewalk, and they cook up a mean pot of chai. So you can see I've got my cup here. It is served in these clay pots, which I love, and it gives it an extra little flavor. And this restaurant is famous for doing it with buffalo milk on top of charcoal. So they slowly boil that chai, and you can see him just putting all of that raw spice in there and then kind of sieving it out of the cheesecloth at the end and pouring a beautiful looking cup of chai. So let's give this a little try here. Oh yeah. Oh man, it's just so refreshing and full of flavor. You can taste the rich, creamy buffalo milk in there. It is nice and piping hot. And then there's so many different flavors going on in there. You can definitely taste some cardamom, a little bit of cinnamon as well. It's got a spicy, not spicy hot, but kind of spicious flavor to it. And that's just the perfect way to start your day in India. As we were enjoying our cup of chai, a few monkeys just joined the party. They actually just crawled onto the roof of the little restaurant that we ordered our chai from. India is just such an amazing place. There's always something to see. We just stopped at a little stall on the side of the street because I spotted this guy making something that's called namkeen, which is sort of just like a little cracker, sort of a saltine, and the way he's making it is quite impressive. There is a huge cauldron of boiling oil, and he's just using his bare hands to push the batter, which I'm guessing is probably like a chickpea batter, and he's pushing it through this special device that's got these small holes, and then frying those up. They turn into sort of like little French fries, and usually you don't eat them by themselves. They're just a snack, or you can have them with something. But these guys are also selling something we wanted to try called Kachori, so we're gonna wait for them to make up some fresh Kachori and order some up. We just ordered up our fresh kachori, and what kachori is a staple of this area here in India, Rajasthan. So it's a deep fried kind of crispy fritter that's filled with dal and spices. This place, we just saw how they were making it back, and it looked like there was all kinds of different things in there, chili, tons of different spices. I'll have to bite in to try it, but I was just speaking to the owner, a really friendly guy, and he said that his grandfather started this restaurant in 1963, and this place is called Puran Kachori Wala. And we just got our kachori here. I ordered up the kachori hing, which is with curd. So we've got this beautiful looking kachori, which I'm just gonna break open here, and you can see that dal inside, that fried lentils. And then let me get some curd here and try this out. Oh man, yum. Oh, that's awesome. That is just a flavor bomb. It doesn't look like much from the outside appearance-wise, but once you break into that, that is so ridiculously flavorful. There's so many different spices going on there. It's got a little bit of heat from some chili. It's nice and creamy on the inside, but also I can really taste like a little bit of a licoricey flavor. I think it's coming from fennel. Let me take one more bite here. Make sure I get a lot of this curd. That curd goes so nicely with it. Let's try that. Oh man, it's so sour, that curd. And it really cools kind of the heat from the chili. And that kachori is nice and crispy and kind of flaky on the outside. That's such an incredible pairing. Just ordered up some of the namkeen, which he is making behind me. Pretty simple dish. Usually it's eaten like as a snack or alongside some other things like curry. But they're these little kind of worm-shaped crispies. So let's give some of these a try here. Oh wow, they're actually quite spicy and they're nice and crispy. It's almost like a little mini French fry with that little Indian spice touch to it. It's pretty good, nice little snack.
So it is my turn to try the kachori. I got a piping hot one. It was really hard to break with my fingers, but I'm gonna dip it in the curd to kind of cool it off. And I just absolutely love the taste of sour yogurt. Oh man, that is crispy, full of flavor, and that curd is what makes it delicious.
That kachori left such an incredible flavor in my mouth. It's almost licoricey from that fennel. And that kachori is sort of part of a category of food here in India called a chaat, which is a very broad term for snack. And usually it is deep fried, such as those kachoris. We are gonna be eating a lot of chats here in India, and actually we are heading to get another one right now. There is so much to see, as I've said, here in India. We just spotted a couple little piglets scurrying down the street, and as you saw earlier, we saw those monkeys. We haven't spotted a cow yet, but I'm sure we will definitely see one today. I know I easily could have just edited this in, but literally 2 seconds later, we spotted a cow right behind me there. There's a lot of cows. Oh, that's a big guy.
I don't want to get too close to the line. He's got horns.
There is a tiny little stall on the corner of a hidden alley here in Jaipur that is selling a delicacy of Gujarat province called Khaman Dhokla. So we just ordered some up. I'm really excited to try this. It's something that's very interesting. It is this chickpea batter which is mixed with sugar and lime juice, and then it is topped with tons of poppy seeds. You can see looks like some green chilies and also some cilantro, and then a green chutney as well. So let me just grab a piece here. Let's try this out. It's actually quite sour from that lemon juice. That has a unique flavor. The texture is similar to like pound cake, but then there's little pieces of poppy seeds, so it kind of gives it a crunch. The flavor is hard to describe. It's sort of sour, but also kind of tart, and it's really soaked up all the chutney that he put on top, that green chutney, which I think is mostly lime juice. It's pretty good. There's some cilantro on there too, so it gives it a fresh kick. But it's very interesting. I've never tasted anything quite like it. Very moist. Just walking down the street and I witnessed something really cool. This guy has like a whole factory of curd production going on here. So they've got massive cauldrons of buffalo milk, cooking it over wood fire, and it smells really good. This is quite an interesting sight, and this is just something regular pretty much that you can see on the alleyways of Jaipur. Okay. Chutney. Yeah. Onion. Okay. We just popped down a little alley that is full of tons of shops selling different types of chaat. So I spotted a guy that's selling some fresh looking samosas. So we ordered up a samosa. Samosa is something that most people in the Western world will know about from India. It's definitely one of my favorite Indian foods, and they serve it a little bit differently than we would back home. And that is kind of crushed up, you can see here, and then topped with a chutney, and also topped with some onions here. And you can see this one is stuffed with potatoes. The chutney on top of that brings out all the flavors. It's a sweet, spicy chutney, and then the outer shell of the samosa is nice and crispy and a little bit flaky too. And then the inside there is just packed with spice. Everything you eat here is just so flavorful. It just completely coats your mouth in those Indian spices. And this samosa is no exception. This is exactly what I think of when I think of Indian flavors. A little bit sweet, full of flavor, and quite spicy. And although it doesn't look like much, this thing packs a punch. It is delicious.
Is it better than the samosas you had back home?
Oh yeah, this is way, way better. Finished off with our samosa. That was a nice little stop. This restaurant's pretty good because a lot of the chaat stalls only have standing room, but there's actually a seating area inside, and you could just eat chats all day. They're not too filling, so you can taste all kinds of flavors when you're here in India. But I think we are gonna take a break. We're gonna walk around the Johori Bazar. Nice. The Johori Bazar is the oldest market here in Jaipur. It is absolutely massive. It's more of kind of a whole district than just a market. And Johori literally translates to jeweler in Hindi. So as you can imagine, there is tons of jewelry shops here. And actually Jaipur is extremely famous for having lots of gemstones, gold, silver, diamonds, you name it, they have it. This is sort of the center of all that. And it is quite beautiful. You can see lots of shops displaying all their beautiful jewelry. And it's nice to just window shop, walk around, but there's also all kinds of other things to see other than just jewelry. What do you think of the Johori Bazar? Really cool, full of different colors and diamonds and cows as well. And this guy's getting really close to me. Really close to you? No thanks. You're certainly never short of something to see here in India. The street life is extremely vibrant at all hours of the day. It is really an amazing country with friendly people and an incredible culture. Finished off exploring the Johori Bazar. That place is absolutely incredible. There is so much to see. We are back on the main road and we are going to hop into a tuk-tuk to head to the Nahargarh Fort. Just got off the tuk-tuk at the Nahargarh Fort. That was probably about a 35 or 40-minute drive up the mountain. We saw all kinds of interesting things, including some camels. And now we are on top of this beautiful fort and there are some incredible views. So let me just show you guys around here. As you can see behind us here, this is actually an ancient step well. So they collected rainwater in there, and then they could use the stairs to go down and collect the water. It was built in 1734. There are 3 main forts in Jaipur that tourists like to visit when they're here. This one, I think, is the closest to the city. This is Nahargarh, but there's also the Jaigarh and the Amber Fort. Amber Fort, I believe, is the most popular. We'll go see that one later this week.
So a little history about this place. It is said that when this fort was being constructed, it was being haunted, and the workers would leave the fort, and then the next day they would come back to find everything they did the day before was destroyed. So they assumed that it was being haunted by Nahar Singh, who I think it was built for. So they built a shrine here so that his spirit could rest there and they could continue the construction.
This place is absolutely mind-blowing. It's so beautiful, and I've never seen anything quite like this, and there isn't that many tourists here. I know there's other forts here in Jaipur, but this one I definitely recommend you come visit. As I said, there's not very many tourists. There's pretty much only locals here, and we are just going to jump in the tuk-tuk, head back to the city, and grab some dinner. On our way back from the Nahargarh fort, we asked our tuk-tuk driver to pull over so we could order up a lassi, which is the quintessential Indian cool down drink. It is a yogurt drink, pretty much just ice, curd, and a little bit of sugar. We stopped at a place called MK Lassi to order ours up, and the way that he's making it is he's got this huge mixer that he mixes the curd up with, adds a little bit of ice in, and then serves it to you in these clay cups. And then at the very end, he grabs a bit of the curd skin and puts it on top. So you can see there's kind of like little chunks floating in there. That is the sort of solidified curd. So let's give this a try here. Oh yeah. Wow, that is just absolutely refreshing. It's got a little bit of a sourness to it. It's not overly sweet at all. And the curd is just so smooth and cooling, and it gives it a little bit of an earthy flavor since it's served in this clay cup. That is honestly, besides chai, my favorite Indian drink for sure. Oh man, that is so refreshing. When you're finished with this, just throw it in the garbage. Now it's time to get some real dinner. We have come to have dinner tonight at the Talk of the Town. Literally and figuratively, this restaurant is called the Talk of the Town, and they specialize in serving kebabs and tikka. So we just ordered up some chicken tikka, and we're gonna have a little feast tonight. Our food has arrived. It looks absolutely incredible. We are right on the side of the busy road, and just check this out here. We have a couple different things. This is the chicken tikka. What you can see is just red hot looking, and this was skewered and cooked right on the charcoal. A sauce on the side, some sort of a chutney. We've got a roti over here, thin roti, and then we've got dal makhani, which is a lentils, black lentils with red kidney beans and kind of like a curry, and then some onions and some other things. So let's dig into this. Grab a piece of chicken tikka and dip it in my sauce here. I'll find out what the sauce is. Let's give that a try. Oh man, that's phenomenal. Okay, that's a 10 out of 10 on the spicy Richter scale, but that sauce is awesome. It is kind of like sour. There's definitely curd in there. And then that chicken is so ridiculously juicy and smoky too. Let's go in for one more dip of that sauce. Oh man, my mouth is on fire. That is some spicy sauce, but delicious. And then all wrapped up in the roti. Oh yeah. Let's try some of this dal now. I'm just gonna soak my roti in that and give that a try. Oh wow. Yeah, that's really good. It's nice and hearty, very rich and thick. You can definitely taste those kidney beans in there. And I think there's a little bit of curd drizzled on top. It's got almost like a sweet, earthy flavor to it. That's really good. It's totally different than that chutney, which is sour and spicy. That's not very spicy at all. What do you think of that meal?
That was really good. Chicken was super juicy. The sauce was super spicy. And this dal was really delicious. Good flavors.
All right, guys, that is gonna be it for today's video from India, day 1 here in Jaipur. We will be here for a few more days, so expect a couple more videos from Jaipur, and then we are on to New Delhi, and we are gonna be making a ton of videos there. The food just looks incredible. We are super excited. So I hope you enjoyed today's Indian street food video. If you didn't check out our Chinese street food videos, you can click the link down below and you can check those out. They were awesome. So make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when we post a new video, and leave a comment down below what you thought looked the most delicious today. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Bye.